He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. Excess of anything becomes a fault. What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. Man is the measure of all things. The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. It is impossible to begin to learn that which one thinks one already knows. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Nothing exists except atoms and empty space, everything else is opinion. There is nothing permanent except change. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. An honest man is always a child. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. All men's souls are immortal, but the souls of the righteous are immortal and divine. You cannot step twice into the same river. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. The function of wisdom is to discriminate between good and evil. We should look for someone to eat and drink with before looking for something to eat and drink. The mind is everything. What you think you become. Wealth is not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. To be even-minded is the greatest virtue. Good character is not formed in a week or a month. It is created little by little, day by day. Death is nothing to us, since when we are, death has not come. And when death has come, we are not. Happiness is a choice that requires effort at times. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Philosophy is the art of living. Learning never exhausts the mind. He who overcomes others is strong, he who overcomes himself is mighty. Knowledge becomes evil if the aim be not virtuous. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Self-control is the chief element in self-respect. and self-respect is the chief element in courage. Virtue lies in our power, and similarly so does vice. The more you know yourself, the less you are controlled by others. Not what we have but what we enjoy constitutes our abundance. Time is a created thing. To say I don't have time is like saying, I don't want to. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. A man who has no imagination has no wings. A ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are for. It is the quality of our work which will please God, and not the quantity. He who is content with what he has is very rich. The whole is more than the sum of its parts. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. True friends stab you in the front. Nature does nothing in vain. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. The art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. The only thing I know is that I know nothing. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. The unexamined life is not worth living. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing yourself is enlightenment. Justice means minding your own business and not meddling with other men's concerns. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them. The life of money-making is one undertaken by compulsion. And wealth is evidently not the good we are seeking, for it is merely useful and for the sake of something else. Better to die standing than to live on your knees. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Let no man be called happy before his death. Till then, he is not happy, only lucky. Friendship is a single soul dwelling in two bodies. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. The difficulty lies not so much in developing new ideas as in escaping from old ones. He is richest who is content with the least. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. Those who are hardest to love need it the most. Experience is the teacher of all things. What we think, we become. Justice is truth in action. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. No one can be good for long if goodness is not in demand. Life's tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. The greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it. Live your life as though your every act were to become a universal law. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. Freedom lies in being bold. The heart has its reasons which reason knows not. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Let each man exercise the art he knows. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. All men are mortal, Socrates is a man, therefore. Socrates is mortal. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts.